You read the books. You know the rules. You know exactly what you are supposed to do. And yesterday, with real money on the line, you did the opposite. Again. Now you are going to tell yourself the same thing you always do, that you just need more discipline, that next time you will be stronger. You are lying to yourself. And that lie is the most expensive habit you own. Discipline was never your problem. I'm going to prove that to you in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to show you the exact thing that hijacks you the second money is on the line, why no amount of willpower can stop it, and the 4 things that actually can. But first you have to swallow a truth that most traders will do anything to avoid. You are not weak. You are dysregulated. And those are not the same thing. Here is what nobody selling you a trading course will tell you. Discipline is a function of one specific part of your brain, the prefrontal cortex, the part behind your forehead that plans, follows rules, and resists impulses. When you are calm, sitting here right now watching this, it works great. You can recite every rule perfectly. Then the market opens, you take a trade, and it goes against you. And in that instant, your brain does something you have zero control over. It does not see a trade. It sees a threat, a predator. Your amygdala, the oldest, most primitive part of your brain, fires before you can think. Cortisol floods your bloodstream. Adrenaline hits. Your heart rate climbs. And blood and oxygen and processing power get pulled away from your prefrontal cortex and rerouted to your body to fight or run. The thinking part of your brain, the disciplined part, the part that knows the rules, it goes offline. Scientists call it an amygdala hijack. In the seconds after a trade turns red, your effective intelligence drops. You are measurably dumber. You are running on the same circuitry as a caveman who just heard a branch snap in the dark. So understand what is actually happening when you move that stop. At the exact moment you need discipline the most, the part of your brain that holds your discipline has been switched off by your own biology, before you were even aware of it. Now, most of you just felt a wave of relief. It is not my fault. It is biology. Wrong. Sit back down. That is not an excuse. That is a job description. Knowing your nervous system hijacks you does not make you a victim. It makes you responsible for training the one thing you have been ignoring your entire trading career. Here is the part that is going to sting. You do not actually want to be calm. You think you do. You tell yourself you want consistency, peace, a quiet green equity curve. But watch what you actually do. You sit in front of a chart with no setup and you take a trade anyway. You turn off the boredom by manufacturing chaos, because the calm feels like withdrawal. That spike of fear when a trade goes against you. The adrenaline, the pounding heart, the voice screaming, "Do something." Your nervous system has learned to crave that cocktail. Trading stopped being a job a long time ago. It became the way you feel alive. And here is the cruelest part. The behavioral scientists figured this out decades ago. The most addictive reward schedule that exists is not a constant reward. It is a random one. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and you never know which. That is the exact mechanism inside a slot machine. It is called intermittent variable reward, and it lights up the same dopamine circuit whether you are pulling a lever in Vegas or clicking buy at 2 in the morning. So let me say the thing out loud that you already know. The winning trade you took from a bad process is the worst thing that can happen to you, because it does not teach you a lesson. It deepens the addiction. It wires the craving in tighter. You did everything wrong and the machine paid you, And now your brain will chase that feeling until it takes everything back. You are not a trader with a discipline problem. A lot of you are a person self-medicating with a brokerage account. And no rule, no journal, no motivational quote taped to your monitor is going to fix a nervous system that is getting exactly what it is addicted to. So here is the work. And I want to be honest with you before I give it to you. It is boring. It is unsexy. There is no thrill in it, which is exactly why most of you watching will nod along and never do a single piece of it. The ones who do are the ones who make it. Let me give you the 4. But before the 4, the skill underneath all of them. Awareness. You cannot regulate a state you cannot feel. Most traders are completely disconnected from their own bodies. They do not notice the heart rate climbing, the breath going shallow, the jaw clenching, the tunnel vision locking onto the P and L number. By the time they notice, they have already clicked. So the first job is to feel the hijack starting. The tells are physical. Learn yours. Technique 1, the physiological sigh. The fastest, scientifically proven way to drop your stress response in real time. 2 inhales through the nose, a short one, then a sharp second one to fully inflate your lungs. And then 1 long, slow exhale through the mouth. Do it twice and your heart rate drops within seconds. This is not woo. This is your own vagus nerve. The rule is simple. The instant a trade goes against you, you sigh before you touch the mouse. Not after, before. You buy your prefrontal cortex 3 seconds to come back online. Technique 2. Preload the decision and rehearse it with your hands. Before you enter, you decide your exit. You write it down, you say it out loud, and then you physically rehearse the motion of closing the trade at that line, the actual click, while you are calm. Why does this work when willpower does not? Because a decision you made while calm runs on autopilot, and autopilot survives the hijack. You are not asking the offline part of your brain to make a brave decision in the heat of the moment. You already made it. Now your hand just executes a thing it has already practiced. Technique 3. Size so small that a loss is boring. This one is going to hurt your ego, which is exactly why you need it. If a position can spike your heart rate, it is too big, full stop. Your position size is a confession. It tells me exactly how dysregulated you are. The professional size is so small it is boring, on purpose, because boring keeps the threat response from ever firing. If you cannot bring yourself to trade smaller, you do not have a strategy problem. You have an ego problem wearing a strategy costume, and the market will charge you full price to remove it. Technique 4. The state change after a loss. When a trade goes against you, your body is now full of cortisol with nowhere to go. The revenge trade is not a decision. It is your nervous system trying to discharge chemicals. So you do not let it. You stand up. You walk away from the desk. You change your physical state before you make one more decision. Hard rule. No new trade for a set number of minutes after a loss. You are not punishing yourself. You are letting the chemistry clear before you put your money back in the hands of a hijacked brain. Now understand, the screen is the test. The training happens off the screen. A nervous system is trainable like a muscle. Breath work when you are not trading. Sleep, because a sleep-deprived trader walks in with cortisol already elevated and gets hijacked twice as fast. Exercise, which burns off the baseline stress you carry in. And start journaling the thing you have never tracked. Not the trade, the body. What did my nervous system do today? Where did I feel it? When did I lose myself? And here is the harshest truth in this entire video. Most of you will not do any of it. You will watch this, you will feel understood for 11 minutes, and tomorrow you will be right back to blaming your discipline. Because that story is comfortable. It lets you believe the fix is just trying a little harder next time. It protects you from the real work, which is slower and quieter and has nothing to do with charts. The market is a machine, and all it really does is move money from the dysregulated to the regulated, from the people ruled by their nervous system to the few who learn to run it. Every single day you sit down, you are choosing which side of that transfer you are on. So picture the version of you that did the work. A trade goes against you. There is no panic, no pounding chest, no story. You sigh. You see the line you already drew when you were calm. You click. You stand up. You move on. It is not heroic. It is not dramatic. It is almost boring. That is what discipline actually looks like from the outside. It was never willpower. It was a nervous system that stopped treating a losing trade like a lion in the grass. So be honest with me in the comments. Not about your strategy, about your body. What happens to you, physically, the second a trade goes against you? The people who can answer that question are already ahead of the ones who cannot. And if this cracked something open for you, watch the one on screen right now. It is the story of how I failed prop firm evaluation after prop firm evaluation, and the exact shift that finally got me through. This video is the why. That one is the proof. Watch it next. Stop trying to think your way out of a body problem. Train the body. I will see you on the other side.